How did the Khan Maykr gain knowledge of Ingmore Sanctum? How did the Night Sentinels learn about the Father? Who told them about his resting place? How did the Khan Maykr located and communicated with the Dark Lord? Did she try to bring the Father back into physical form? And what drove her to accept such an unholy deal? Davoth sought vengeance against the Maykrs, so why would he now ally with his enemies? These are the questions we are going to answer in this episode, and believe me, you won't find these answers clearly laid out anywhere else, but if you do, drop it in the comments. Before we begin, I'm gonna give my thoughts on how the story might end in Doom the Dark Ages. This is all speculation, no spoilers in this video. Can I start now, my lord?
You will soon reach 1,000 followers. You are worthy. And those who refuse to subscribe are clearly being corrupted by the Dark Lord. You can continue.
Glory to you, my lord. I am your proud servant. Hello everyone. Let me tell you of a day long past when the Outlander was in prison and was warning the people from the oncoming threat of demons. A fellow prisoner, curious and doubtful, asked him,
"Haven't you already slain countless demons?"
I have slaughtered demon kind in excess for their lord until I wept, and no soul weeps for their cause.
Then why do you still fight? Haven't you done enough?
I swore by my hand their deaths will not suffice until I curse demon kind to torment wherever they are found.
Those words are written by the boiling blood of the Doomslayer, as he witnessed the same tragic fate of his family, repeated again upon all Argent people by none other than Hell Minions, Ahzrak, and the Dark Lord. Ahzrak's motive was revealed. He seeks to ascend as the supreme ruler of Hell, the rightful successor to the Dark Lord's dominion. The demons follow only those they fear, while Ahzrak's presence alone made even the fiercest of them tremble. But their fear was soon eclipsed by something far older, far deeper, a fear etched into the very soul of demonkind. They saw before them not just a man, but a nightmare reborn. They saw the almighty Davoth himself, walking as the Doomslayer. Ahzrak could not understand. Why do they fear this warrior so much? Why does he stand unmatched, even before the legions of hell? Unbeknownst to him, the Doomslayer is the reincarnation of Davoth, the original Dark Lord, the one all creation once feared above all else. Yet Ahzrak is not one to bow or break. His wrath rivals the storms of Urdak. His strength crushes legions, and his will bends steel and bone alike. Not even the Maykrs dare challenge him, burning with envy and vengeance. Ahzrak will stop at nothing to cast the Slayer down and seize a destiny where all of creation fears him and him alone. What awaits at the end of the game is nothing short of devastation. The Night Sentinels, alongside the Doomslayer, will carry the fight into hell itself. They will endure torment far beyond what any soul could bear. Entire families will be wiped out. Argenta will be shattered by the sheer magnitude of their losses. Commander Valen will lose his beloved son. King Novik will suffer a loss so profound it will scar what remains of his heart. Could be his daughter, may be tragically slain, or perhaps another cherished kin. Ahzrak, leading the demonic hordes, will unleash chaos beyond measure upon the Argenta people. The Slayer, whom King Novik has come to see as a son, will become mad at what hell had did. As theorized by fellow YouTuber Alston, Ahzrak may even go too far as to kill Sirat, the Doomslayer's pet dragon. And if that is the fate that awaits the Slayer, then the death of Ahzrak alone will never extinguish the fury burning within him. His hatred for demonkind, forever stealing pieces of his soul, will only deepen. He has sworn to shed the blood of both Ahzrak and the Dark Lord, to drink from their veins in a great slaughter festival that he alone shall cast upon all of demonkind. We do not yet know how the final confrontation between the Slayer and Ahzrak will end. Will Ahzrak fall, or will he escape? We will witness it all, soon within mere weeks. But either way, by the time they are about to deal with Ahzrak, they will uncover the true source of Hell's energy that was powering the demons. And when they do, they will wish they had never unearthed the sin that waits in the shadows. They will soon uncover a truth darker than the imp's face. Their own brothers, the Sentinel people, were not enslaved by Ahzrak, nor by demons, but by their own mother god, the Khan Maykr herself. Thanks to the Dark Lord and Ahzrak, the seed of betrayal took root and grew beyond reversal. Because no Maykr could set foot in Hell since the days of the Father, the Khan Maykr used the Sentinels to build the Soul Tower within Hell's domain. Then, she used that tower to torture the fallen Argenta, harvesting their suffering souls to fuel Hell energy. How could she fall too low? How could the Khan Maykr stoop to such an unforgivable sin? Her obsession with Hell energy lured her astray, corrupting her divine purpose. We do not yet know every detail of how her unholy alliance with the Dark Lord began, but we will lay out every piece of evidence we have. While the Khan Maykr and the priests still fighting faithfully alongside the Sentinels against the demonic hordes, everything changed once they uncovered the wonders of Hell energy. But then she have discovered something far beyond, a realm older and holier than even Urdak, a true heaven, and the home of the ancient gods of the universe, Ingmore Sanctum, the resting place of both the Dark Lord and the Father. But how did she locate this sacred realm? There are three possibilities. Maybe she discovered it during the Sentinels' march through Hell, or Ahzrak revealed it to her, luring her into a deal with the Dark Lord. But most likely, she was hunting the heretic, Khan Maykr, who was possibly traveling to and from Ingmore Sanctum in secret. Driven by desperation and purpose, she ascended to Ingmore Sanctum, and there she found what she had long dreamed for all these eons. The Father's life sphere. She must have rejoiced, believing that if she could return the Father to the physical form in Urdak, she could finally prevent the transfiguration and save her world. But she did not know the truth. The Father was refusing to return. His power would be vulnerable to be absorbed by Davoth's minions. Unfortunately for her, she noticed that she cannot take the Father's life sphere out of there. An occult-like ritual prevents Maykrs to do such thing.
The Seraphim cannot retrieve the sphere. It's forbidden.
Also, she failed to communicate with the Father, as his consciousness remained with Samar, so she thought of letting some Sentinel warriors to go through the trial of Meligog to gain access to Ingmore Sanctum. But she failed again, as all the Sentinels who tried to reach Ingmore Sanctum have been killed. Their souls remained there until they witness the prophesied man who will one day survive the trial and gain access to Ingmore Sanctum and the Father's sphere. Maybe she thought of letting the Slayer to complete the trial, but it's a high-risk situation. What if they lost control over the Slayer? What if he destroyed the Father's sphere and awakened the devil instead? Just as her hope faded and doubt consumed her, the Dark Lord intervened. He saw the weakness, he saw the opportunity, and with one final, irresistible offer, he painted the last stroke in Urdak's downfall to turn the Slayer's fury upon the Maykrs. He offered the Khan Maykr a deal she could not refuse, and thus pushing her toward allying with Hell itself. It seemed impossible at first. Light and dark were never meant to mix. Hell and Urdak had been sworn enemies since time immemorial, locked in eternal war. But Davoth, the Dark Lord, knew one thing about the Khan Maykr: her obsession with preserving her life and the prosperity of Urdak, and being partially consumed by transfiguration. All of this made her vulnerable to corruption, so he offered her a golden deal, an alliance between Hell and Urdak. He would allow her to build soul factories within Hell to generate Hell energy and let the demons consume more worlds, using the fallen victims as a fuel for Hell energy. By doing so, she would gain a massive amount of Hell energy, enough to say goodbye to transfiguration and ensure Urdak's survival. He convinced her that his only goal as the Dark Lord was to consume more worlds and share the energy with her. But he was lying. It was a trap. And the Khan Maykr was fooled. Davoth had no interest in hell energy or consuming more worlds. His only goal was to doom Argent and the Maykrs for what they had done to him in the past. He was looking for a way to convince the Doomslayer to bring his wrath upon the Maykrs. Once the Khan Maykr accepted his offer, it would only be a matter of time before the Slayer uncovered her treachery. Surely, the Khan Maykr wrestled with the decision for many days. It was not easy, but she had no choice. She accepted the offer. She barely survived for eons, with little hope. With transfiguration slowly being taking her, she had to accept. She must have talked with the priests, but as they loved the idea of living an immortal life, using hell energy, and because they have been offered to be hell priests, they also accepted. Together, they shared her twisted new goal. Now with the Khan Maykr using the Sentinels as slaves, she used them to construct many soul towers. One tower was powering Argent, while the others powered demons and their devices. With this deal between the Dark Lord and the Khan Maykr, now the Khan Maykr and the priests will gain authority to control demons. This is why demons won't touch or harm them. They will instead obey the priests. And it was at that time when they started to cybernetically augment the Agaddon hunters on Earth, powering them with hell energy, so they turned to demons and sent them all the way to Argent D'Nur, unleashing them upon their fellow Sentinel brothers. The Unholy deal was likely already taken place before the first level of the game, or it could take place by the final third of the game, when the Agaddon hunters appear. Also, I have to mention that this soul tower looked identical to Necroval tower that was powering Argent, but it has revealed its name to be a Abyssal Keep. This wouldn't change the fact that the Unholy deal would take place in the game, but it's a very strong hint that the Maker's betrayal will not yet be revealed to the Sentinels. The full focus of the story will remain between the unholy war between the Sentinels with the Doomslayer and the demons and their most powerful leader, Ahzrak. Thanks for watching.